silencer if you use the ultimate. During that time, you need to do something. You can't just stand
That's
there.
very true. But the way you picked your team, like, I mean, the thing is, Anti-Mage, he's gonna be, like, he's not gonna be worth much the first 15, 20 minutes.
No, and that was the point. He was going to be strong later on, but if you fall in the period of time at the start, the game is over.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that that's okay. You know, that's a valid strategy. Just wait for Anti-Mage to get big. But, like, your team, like, compositionally wasn't the
we should
greatest
switch
in
it
the
out.
world.
I think we should have picked Lesh and then on there. But it could work out. I think the execution was bad top. I haven't watched the demo. You have maybe watched it. So
Yeah, I watched some of it. Like
I need to watch it because I know something went wrong top. The execution, even if they can't play it, the execution was wrong because even if Yakira is there, they should kill. They are free players.
And that's something you can talk with them about later and teach them as opposed to just in a
No.
Oh, I'm not saying you will. I'm just saying that's a good thing to do as a teaching aid. Yeah.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to really watch the replay and talk with them.
Yeah.
And explain to them.
Another thing I would have done maybe differently is gone dual lane top. Because you knew with the Rin Runner he was probably going to be solo. You could have had Venno and Silencer mid and really hampered the TA early game.
Yeah, but TA wasn't the problem this game. The problem was...
What do you guys think about what's going on in this game? They got banned out TA as well as Batrider.
Well,
I haven't seen too many great Batrider players in the duos in-houses so far, but he's still remarkably strong, that being said.
Well, he's like some heroes. There's like 13 gimmicky heroes in the Dota pool.
What do you mean by gimmicky?
Well, their niche is they just work against specific heroes and specific lineups. And Batrider is one of those that if you pick certain sort of heroes, I mean, Yakiro, you can have it with almost any hero, he's going to work out. You can have Enigma with almost any setup, he's going to work out.
So you don't think that Batrider should have been a first ban?
No. Not before you see what they pick. Or ban. Full out.
Yeah, unless you're going to pick up TA.
I mean, it should be... Yeah, but they banned TA. Why ban Bat?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only reason you would ban Batrider first is because you were picking up TA. And you didn't want her to be dominated mid lane.
Yeah. Also great against, like, Ursa and...
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. These are two tricky heroes to play, Darkseer and Enigma, to play them well. They go well together, though, if you can hit a vacuum in a black hole.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they go the international Naga route, but I don't know if anyone can play a good Naga.
Okay,
they're setting up for the Wombo combo. This is big Wombo combo. They can't pick up
MOBA. I hope they don't pick more of a Wombo combo. They gotta get some...
Shorty.
So they're gonna be... I think it's gonna be 2 range picks. They can't pick Luna, though. She works alright with their lineup. But not too great. AM is not gonna get picked because we lost last game.
I love Sand King, one of my favorite heroes.
Yeah, but what I'm wondering is how they're going to lane him.
Well...
Oh, a thing I'm not used to seeing in duo houses, but he can still do, is off-lane. But I would imagine if they are going for a good Sand King lane, they'd want to pick up Leshrac in this next round. Because Darkseer is probably going to be their solo long lane, Enigma in the jungle, and then they'd want to do something like Sand King Lesh, Sand King Lina.
They're leaving themselves open to a lot of squishiness with Jakiro and Tidehunter, though.
Yeah, if you get a good Ravage, Macropyre, and then Ice Path on top of that, you can melt all 3 of those heroes they've got up on the Radiant side so far.
So the combo is Macropyre and then Ice Path, right?
It depends on the situation, yeah. Ice Path, it did get buffed in the sense that it's a much faster laydown, so you can drop it really quick and then put the Macro Pyre on top of that. But like I said, if your Tide Hunter gets a Ravage off, then you want a Macro Pyre right away, and then put your Ice Path just to hold them for that extra couple seconds in the middle of the Macro Pyre.
Mm-hmm. Very true. It also depends. Like if you're very close to a hero, you can Macro Pyre and then immediately Ice Path. But if it's farther away, like if he's farther away, the other hero, then it's going to be more difficult because you won't necessarily hit your Ice Path.
What do you guys think about the Morphling ban?
I think it's just a standard.
That's
a lot of these things when people don't.
opinion.
Yeah, but when you look at this, Sans Batrider, that's your opening 3 bans in the International. If you don't look at Batrider, you think Rubik, Morphling, Lone Druid. Those are 3 bans you throw out.
Well, AM counters Morph as carry-wise. It's the counter.
I
So
wouldn't say that really.
yeah, the mana
At this
burn.
point, with his nerf towards the Morph ability, I'd say mana is a pretty huge part of Morphling now. And if he gets a few whacks on him,
He was
in
countered
trouble.
before. He
I want
was
them to pick
countering
up
him before.
Alchemist.
But you can fight against AM as a Morph, of course. I'm just saying that he pretty much wins.
Well, they have a lot of melee. Well, they need a range.
That's...
Okay.
Range to mid right now.
It can work out though because they're gonna have Darkseer, hard lane, and they're gonna have Ligma's Forest, and they're gonna have the range now. So I'm thinking about, wouldn't be surprised if we see Lesh. Or
yeah, but then what would they do? What are they doing for mid? Why would they ban Queen of Pain? Because they might, if they could use that Queen of Pain mid, that'd be a great
they
addition
can
to this
Sand King
wombo
does
combo.
mid alright.
There are only 2 possibilities now, basically, if they don't want to fuck themselves completely. That's either to go CK something mid, and then Sand King off lane, or safe lane.
Darkseer off lane. I mean, CK Wisp, but
Or Sand King mid.
Yeah, keep in mind, Sand King is great middle. He's so underrated.
I mean, you could
Wisp
do
works with all of the heroes. Wisp works with Enigma and Sand King and CK in a pinch.
Wisp would actually be a great pickup for them.
Because you can still channel that Sand King ulti while being
Wow.
TP'd by Wisp.
Everyone loves the
and
Wombo.
Lich.
Yeah.
Well, their team fight. Just
It's gonna be nasty team fights.
okay. At the moment, Radiant is bot, right? Dire is top. Dire has better team fight at the moment for AoE situations.
I think Radiant has to be very careful. If they get like a couple of bad team fights, it's gonna be...
Yeah. Lich was actually a brilliant pickup because the Radiant depend on themselves being really close together and getting everybody in a small little bunch, and then having somebody like a Lich and a Tide is a great counter to that wombo combo.
That's true, but and he's a great counter Enigma, that's
Yeah.
certainly true. But there's always the danger of, Lich is gonna be underfarmed, and there's always the danger of him being picked off if he's not played by a really good player.
You think you see a tri-lane here?
Yeah.
Because you look at this, they ran a tri-lane. They could do either Tide off lane, or they could do Lich mid and have Tide, Jakiro, anti-mage.
I would love a Lich.
Yeah,
mid.
there's a Lesh pick. So it's gonna be SK middle, Darkseer top, Suicide Lane, Enigma Forest, and then Lesh and CK bot.
Unless the Chaos Knight's feeling ballsy and wants to go mid.
Well, then they destroy the whole purpose. I mean, why would they put Lesh and SK in the same lane?
It's a
We
kill
went
lane.
CK and something.
Yeah, but the damage output is even more with the CK and Lesh.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. We went CK Lash mid, yeah. It worked out pretty well.
Wait, they're gonna have a Sand King solo?
I would think so. They could
have
still
to.
lane this in a very strange way, yeah.
And
I
plus,
almost-
they want to blink on SK, and the best way to give him farm is to give him
I
middle.
mean, you can't put Dogs in a dual lane. I mean, you can't.
Wow.
Oh, Undying.
That is an interesting pick.
They have
Undying.
2 strength.
Mid, yeah. Undying mid, Tide Hunter off lane, any mage Lich and Jakiro in a lane. That's actually a lot of slow stun.
Actually,
That's a
since they can also do Tidehunter mid. He's really good against any kind of melee hero.
Rorschach strikes me as the mid-type player, though. From what I can recall, seeing him play, he's a good mid.
Who's the captain on the other team, by the way?
Smiley Face and Rorschach.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't a great success letting some of the newer players captain. We need to watch out for that.
What do you mean? You think people get upset?
What happens? What do you mean?
What I mean is we had some of the newer players who were captaining, but the problem was that they weren't actually captaining.
Okay.
You know, so they weren't actually saying anything.
They were
so the team was just sort of left with nothing, and it was just not fun for anyone.
That's the unfortunate thing about captains. You can't pick always what people want to play. You can take it into advice, but mainly you should pick what goes well with your overall strategy. And you can talk to your team about strategy, but you gotta...
And that's the boring part with captain's mode. People don't get to play what they want to play because you can't pick everything. And as much as I want to pick a specific hero for a specific person...
Yeah, you were right. Whoa. Are they actually going to do Tide Jakiro mid? There's no way.
Hey, Gambit, why don't you introduce Dire Side?
This is good. This is good.
What do you mean?
Or just like say who's playing what on the Dire Side.
Oh,
you know, like
hey.
Can't see? No, you know, just like they do in the regular cast.
Like you mean like
Cast Gambit.
Oh,
come on!
I see what they did here. Okay. They switched?
Alright, we're going to have Llama on the top lane. He's going to be playing the anti-mage. We got Petty Penguin. He's going to be playing Lich on the top lane supporting him. We got a mid-tide hunter who's going to play by Nobody Cares How Good You Are. And we got a bottom lane dual lane. It's going to be Saint Dova with Saint Rorschach. The two Saints are going to be taking up the bottom lane. We'll see how that one works out for them. What they're going to be up against is, on the bottom lane, it's going to be Sal. So I can't pronounce his name. He's going to be playing the Sand King. We got Funk. Yeah, that's it. We're going to have Funk. He's going to be playing on the Enigma. In the jungle, Smiley Face is going to be with Zolarg. And they're going to be in the mid lane. Going to get some perhaps kills on Tidehunter. And the top lane is going to be a solo lane, Windchimp versus Lich and Anti-Mage.
So looking at these lanes, it seems like that Radiant really got the better lanes as far as overall goes. I mean, you're going to have an anti-mage that's going to get far on top. The Darkseer can't even stop him. It's not going to happen. And he will be denied XP from the Lich. The Tidehunter is pretty decent against CK Lesh since he has so much health and Kraken Shell. So he's one of the better heroes to go up against that dual lane mid.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And he will most likely, if he plays just cautiously, he will be able to survive. Because they can't dive in too much, because if they do, he's just going to anger smash them, and the CK or the Lich is going to die. So, and we have Jakiro on dying bottom against a Sand King. That's rough for the Sand King. I mean, Sand King's going to get some experience, but he won't get a lot of last hits. Not against that Jakiro harassment. That's pretty intense.
I want to say a little bit about the Darkseer build. He's got the Soul Ring recipe that he purchased up. That's actually the first, if you want to go Soul Ring, which is basically you always do with Darkseer, you get the recipe so that you can buy the two other items, the Ring of Health and the mask. I can't remember the full name of the mask. You can get that from the side shop.
Sage's mask.
Yeah, and you can get that from the side shop, so you don't have to waste a couple minutes on the courier getting it.
Where's your stream at?
It is on Twitch, on Love is Dead _ Dota. I don't think I've actually listed myself in Dota 2 right now. I'm gonna, if there's a couple minutes that there's, like after First Blood, I'll try to switch it. So I think it's on like Solitaire or something.
Yeah.
I think actually a lot of the team fights are going to be dependent on how well the Radiant team can focus down that Tombstone. Because the Undying will have quite a bit of farm, and that Tombstone is going to hurt a lot of their heroes.
Looks like we're going to have a switch up here. Dova is going middle lane to support his Tidehunter. It's actually kind of dangerous just because Jakiro is quite squishy.
Yeah, but he can stand like passive behind, just watching.
Llama's actually down to 150 hit points. He's got to be a little bit careful. Oh, he's just going to salve himself up. Yeah, so that's the problem with going against the Darkseer in your lane. You can actually still get last hits, you're just going to have to spend a little more on your regen.
This is pretty interesting. They left him because Undying is one level above SK soon.
We're going to have to see if we get a first blood here. Jakiro set himself up in the top lane. It looks like Darkseer is playing quite safe. But if he goes above here, he could be stunned.
Well, he knows he is there.
Yeah, I think Darkseer is just going to play back until Jakiro goes away. He has finished up his Soul Ring though, so that's quite good. Although this may be a mistake. He's going to go in. I think he was just checking to see if he could. He's going to get stunned up. They're a little bit far away. You got to blink in from Anti-Mage, and he's going to be able to get away with the Surge.
Got some action going bottom.
We do have action going bottom. It looks like Undying is going to be faced up against Enigma. He popped on his Tombstone. That's slowing him down really far. Enigma goes down. First blood is Enigma, and I think he might even get a double kill right here. Double kill going the way of Rorschach. That was a good play from him.
Powerness of Tombstone early on.
Yeah, it's an extremely irritating spell. Now, I think they... Did they buff it? I can't remember what the buff was. 6.75 for
Yes, they buffed the Death Lust, which is the HP you need for the zombies to get the greater slow when they follow you. I think they lowered it from the HP from 30%, or they raised it from 30% to, I think, 50%. I'll have to check. But anyways, the zombies will start slowing you faster at a higher amount of HP.
Well, he already has his Vanguard Undying. They won't be able to gank him now. Not Enigma and SK. There's no way they can kill him now once he has his Vanguard. So, basically, bought this one already.
So let's see. So this mid lane seems to be... What are they doing? They did a long... Was that a pull or was that a stack? Because I think you might be able to pull the lane, the mid lane here. Or this looks like he's just going to farm. And it looks like Sankin just trying to deal some damage to Undying to keep him back. He's gotten points into... Well, he's got 2 points in the Caustic Finale, 2 into Burrow Strike, none in his Invis, his Sandstorm. Let's see, how's the Anti-Mage doing in terms of farm? He's got a Ring of Hell, so it seems like he's going to be going for the Vanguard early on.
I've checked out the Undying changes in 6.75. It's wrong about the death, how high the percentage was for Death Loss. I thought that sounded weird to me, but the Decay Steal duration got increased, and the AoE from Decay also got increased, but the Tombstone Death Lust HP requirement triggers if the target is below 5, 10, 15, and 20% HP at the 4 levels. So I guess at the time of that gank, level 3 team
It looks like
Tombstone...
Tidehunter's going to go down. Oh no, he uses his magic stick, and he's looking like he might be able to get away from this. And they're going to back themselves off, he lives. So sorry, continue what you're saying.
Yeah, the Death Lust, which is part of his Tombstone spell. At level 3, when he dropped the Tombstone, it was 15% HP is when Deathlust procs zombies. And it causes their attacks to slow the target. And it increases the attack and movement speed of the zombie.
Wow, there's no liquid fire on Kiro. Well, it's a great pick up by Kiro there because he has Surge, and if he can time the ice path on top of Darkseer when he surges, and then do dual breath, he's gonna pass out, and then he's gonna be slowed, and aim can finish him off. So that's probably the reason for picking that up.
So what do you guys think? So everyone has, in the draft, has gone team fight, team fight, team fight. It's probably going to be, I wonder if they're going to wait until they get level 6 and then start to do something, or if Anti-Mage is just standing right in the Ion Shell right now. But it seems like whoever hits, I think they're all about to hit level 6 right now, so you should see some stuff come out. Perhaps Funk is not going to cast Black Hole. He doesn't have any mana for it. We have the Tombstone dropping itself down. It looks like Undying is just happy to dive them right now.
Maybe a bit premature on that Tombstone.
Yeah, should decayed some first, but
I think he was worried about the Black Hole.
yeah, but he won't die unless no, he won't even die by epicenter stun after with that. So because he gonna steal some with the decay, and he's gonna be so tanky. There's like no way for them to kill him. But they need at least 3 players. And that should be like CK coming. Wow, I'm dying. Vanguard and Arcane Boots already. 10 minutes mark.
Yeah, he's doing great in the solo lane. How many less hits? He's got 50 less hits. His net worth is much higher. Well, Anti-Mage is quite near him too, and it looks like the Dire have the advantage there. It looks like Darkseer is having a little bit of a problem, and is actually just going to be able to get back. But they are rotating 4 onto the top lane. It looks like they really want this tower, and they should be able to get it. We have Undying just sitting right up here, going to go right on Funk. Funk didn't really notice he was there quick enough. He's going to try to slow him down. Pops off his ultimate. A couple more, one more, two
there's that
right
Death
clicks.
Blast.
And there it is. Killing spree going the way of Undying, and they're actually not pushing yet. In the mid lane, it looks like Tidehunter's going right in. And he's going to get stunned up. We missed the first initial stun. Now, usually you want to wait until that's after. Ravage just popped right after that to help him try to escape from it. He's going to get out yet again.
Here comes Undying. He's gonna pick him off.
Yeah,
He's
Undying.
dead.
Oh.
Yeah, that was bad.
That damage. Keep in mind, Leshok is just like level 5. Yeah, 5. So, and he has like almost no items. He has his bracers and boots.
And he's into here, so he doesn't have any strength to begin with.
Yeah.
That was a
So
nice ice path. Well, that Undying pick, last pick, seems to be working out quite well. Undying getting really
Yeah,
well
that was
timed.
bad. That was
he
not
won't
good.
die. He gonna kill them. Trust me. Check this.
You think?
He gonna kill them.
Oh, he uses magic. What did he get? How did he get all his health back? Oh, he just sucked it out.
Decay.
Yeah.
Decay. It's so
Looks
freaking
like
strong. And when
Takiro's
creeps die,
coming
he
in.
heals himself.
Oh,
3
another
seconds stun,
7
that's not
second
gonna work.
stun. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, he's
How
still
is he
alive.
alive?
Oh my god, he's still alive.
He's
He
gonna
gets a
get him.
kill.
He's 2 beast mode.
This
He's
is
gonna
not.
get-
Oh no! No, I gotta
Oh
run.
man.
Oh, nice stun.
We
But
got
he's
Tidehunter
gonna
coming
pay
in.
for it with his life.
Epicenter not able to be popped off. Man. What?
I'm dying.
Clearly he's not dying.
Yeah, the name states it perfectly.
Llama doing not so bad. I mean, 12 minutes in, he's got 60 last hits. He's quite close to his Battle Fury.
Invisibility.
Yeah, Sal, you definitely guys just got team fighted.
Denied.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this isn't looking too good if the Dire continue to be able to get these 1 on 3 fights. Anti-Mage is going to have plenty of time to farm, which just means that he's going to be able to roll through them at the end of the game because there's really no one on the Radiant side that can out-carry him. But we do have an Invis Rune coming up here from Tidehunter. It looks like he's going to try to go on Chaos Knight. We have the initial Sun starting off, Gush following up after that. We have a slow coming out from Chikiro, a bunch more damage, and that is the end of CK.
This game is so one-sided.
Yeah, it does look that way so far.
I mean, they have to deal with 2 players, Undying and AM, behind all of this, and it's impossible for them to punish both.
And actually going to get another kill on Leshrac, as Leshrac, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. I think, this is a little bit of a problem when you pick such high skill cap ultimates and rely on them so heavily. This is what you get, this is what happens, you kind of lose the laning phase.
Yo, what happened with Niter Day?
Yo, who's that?
Spawner.
Alright, let's, I'm on stream right now, so yeah.
Alright, we'll talk later. I'm gonna do that.
Undying wins every time.
You think?
Yes. He can cast Decay when he's Sandstorm. He still has strength. If he decay 2 times on one player at level 1, let's say, if he skills it, it's as picking up the double damage rune.
Yeah.
He hits that hard. So basically, what he also got to do is like put Decay on SK, and he can't last hit. The only thing he can do like stun to get it, but he don't have a mana pool, and he can't waste money on mana clarity potions and stuff. So basically, Undying has everything on his side to win the lane there.
So you guys take a quick look at everyone's skill build, see if you have anything to say about it. I'm gonna take a look through. Darkseer, he doesn't have his wall yet.
I don't understand why SK haven't picked up Sandstorm. He should at least have 1 rank in it.
Yeah, it's quite a useful ability.
Especially against Undying, because if you need to escape, even though he bought Dust of Appearance, sure, but he's not gonna use it immediately when he storms. That means he can run away, fake that he's still in the Sandstorm, and get the range away from him. I don't know. And Lesh have picked up ultimate.
Oh no! It looks like Anti-Mage is gonna die. He just got himself away with the Lich ultimate is the thing that stopped him. It looks like there are gonna be no kills unless it's not gonna be enough. But he got stunned while he stood in the double iron shell for a little bit too long.
He's gonna die, I think. Oh, SK comes in. Yeah. Great save there. Okay, keep in mind, SK has 1,400 goals soon. If I would bid him, I would not buy Arcane Boots and save for a Blink.
Yeah, perhaps.
Oh, he bought them. Because that was like their only chance to get back into this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he got caught out right here. He's going to pop off the epicenter, but it's not going to be enough time.
You see that damage from the decay. Was a decay, it took 40% of the HP of SK.
If you wanted to get that epicenter off, you really needed to, instead of burrow striking away, you needed to burrow strike into them and then start the ultimate. Because then he would have been able to get it off he would have died still, but he would have gotten the ultimate off. I don't know if he would have got a kill for it, but that's how it works.
Yeah.
You don't need to be too careful with the ultimate. It's a minute. It's like 2 minutes. Yeah, it's a 2-minute cooldown. It's not terrible, but you can use it if you're gonna pick up a kill. 15 minutes into the game.
Wow, what do you think about this? Nigma have picked up Midnight Pulse. Have you been AoE stacking, by the way?
I haven't been watching Enigma too much, but yeah, you definitely want to get those demonic conversions first over Midnight Pulse. It's kind of hard to use Midnight Pulse I actually don't even bother using it because I get too worried that my black hole is not going to go off and I'm going to get stunned.
Well, it's not cost effective.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, it only goes up like 1% damage per second every level.
And you really want the Malefist to be on rank 4, I mean, because you get one more stun.
And it looks like we're going to have the ultimate popped off here from Funk, and he's going to go down with it.
Yeah. He's so tanky. He got the Hood of Defiance as well.
Yeah, I don't really think there's anything that the Radiant side can do at this point. They cannot even stop Undying from diving their towers. AM has a Battle Fury, almost has his power treads finished up. We have a mech. We have a Chaos Bolt coming out here, but he's going in a little bit too far. We have a Ravage popped up. That's going to stop him from getting anywhere. Chaos Knight goes down.
Tower has fallen.
It's pretty funny. Undying has like 600 health when it hits 3 players with a decay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go bot and take the farm there.
I mean, this is a part of the game where
Lesh is still with the same items as he had for like 8 minutes ago.
yeah,
So
we're going to lose Sand King here to Tide Hunter.
Tower is under attack.
Commanding presence. More than I can say, Gunga.
Where's Anti-Mage? Oh,
Radiant's bottom
of course he's
tower
playing
is
Manta
under
style.
attack.
I don't know why. I didn't get that.
what do you mean?
I was wondering what Anti-Mage is building with a Blade of Alacrity, and then I answered it like immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's free to farm their jungle, and he should do that. That just makes, less, well, actually he's not going to go do that, but that gives the enemy team less gold to farm. Not that they're actually be able to farm their jungle, but something you can do to kind of screw up the enemy team when you have an advantage like this. And a lot of times you'll even see the pros, like they will...
They can't defend it either. If they defend, they're gonna die.
Yeah, they can't defend. They have Epicenter now going to be popped off by Sand King,
oh,
plus
no,
Gravity
they
to
can't.
pull them in. We got 2 deaths, 3 deaths. Rorschach goes down. The Lich ultimate is now popped off. That is going to take out the entire team. And Llama is the only one here. I don't know. It looks like Funk is going to go down to Anti-Mage. Lich dies to the tower, and Llama dies as well. That is 10 deaths in one team fight.
And of course, Rich Undying buys back. He even pops his dust to show how much gold he has.
Radiant's top tower.
Let me just throw the gold into the air.
Dire's middle tower
I think Anti-Mage may have been able to blink out and save himself there, but I'm not sure.
I didn't check the cooldown. The
It's at
initial
level.
idea was like he thought that the Lich was tanking the tower, didn't know the HP, and then he saw he was going to die by that shot. So yeah,
That was definitely an interesting team fight.
yeah. The thing that made that so Radiant could win that, it was the Lesh stun. Basically.
Actually, I thought the
Yeah.
gravity was pretty good. I mean, the vacuum.
Yeah, sure. He pulled them together. So it was like not just one player, but
Yeah.
I mean, if Lesh wouldn't hit that stun so perfectly on 2 players, they would interrupt the SK.
Oh no, SK, you're going to be caught out right here, man. Try to burrow strike himself away, taking a lot of damage from the anchor smash. Finally goes invisible, but pops it out. They had no reveal, and he's actually able to get away. His teammates are coming in, but that's going to lose Leshrac, and they're going to waste 2 for that one. The Macro Pyre is used, and that is a dead Darkseer. Yeah, so I mean, the thing that speaks for the game so far is just the disparity in the gold. You have Undying up with about 10k, Llama with about
Radiant's top tower is
9k, and then Tidehunter, and then CK is down below Tidehunter with 5k, and everyone else on the Radiant side is bottom.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Wow. Yeah. There you see how big that is. Okay. Undyne decided that not finishing the Bloodstone instead getting that pipe, which is a great idea.
Yeah. I guess I gotta say that this, the way that they pick their teams, it's just that one team was going to win the laning phase, and when they won the laning phase, they were going to win the rest of the game, just because everyone was so level 6 team fight oriented.
Yeah, well, the problem was I didn't understand why they didn't swap SK. But, I mean, they should place CK and Leshbot, in my opinion.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit better. I don't think.
And SK middle against Tide, because that's pretty even battle.
Yeah.
And CK and Lesh can kill Undyne.
Oh, they're going to call GG on this one, so that's going to be a 25-minute game. I think they're all going to disconnect for this one, so I'm going to take down the stream, but anyways, Love is Dead. This is Dota Noobs Cast, so hope you guys enjoyed watching, perhaps learning anything, but yeah, I'm going to sign off. Anyone else here want to say goodbye?
Bye-bye.
I'll see you guys later. Every Sunday.